Welcome everybody to the Battle of Cairo. So this is going to be part 2 of episode 39, which should have been released about 2 hours prior to this one. So if you'd like to catch that episode, you'll see everything that happens leading up into this battle. It's been a quiet winter, allowed my troops to recover, get my corps back up to strength. Started the spring offensive. We have flipped Kentucky into our control. And now the federal forces, 2 corps from 2 separate army, are trying to boot me out of Cairo. So we are fighting the 2nd Corps. It's not telling me which army it's a part of. And the 1st Corps from another army. So we have McCook and Dix. And Dix is an overall command, but they are 2 separate corps from 2 separate army. It's just a coincidence that they happen to be 1st and 2nd Corps. Their army commanders are not on the field, so this is not a contiguous command. So these 2 corps should not be operating together. So they do have a numbers advantage. One of these corps is not going to be on the field for, it's going to be here in an hour now. Originally it was 5 hours away. So, hopefully we can fight them separately. I'm hoping one corps stays on defense in this area while the other corps attacks me like they did in the last battle. And we're actually fighting on that same exact map. So, my initial plan is going to be the same one as last time. So, because I think they might attack me right away with the arriving corps, because they do have the numbers advantage this time. So I'm going to set up on these heights here, once again, the Stony Bluffs. Or I may actually move down to this rail line, because this other corps, so they built this right here, those 2 crossing points are pontoon bridges. So the AI always builds the pontoon bridges when it's in their deployment zone. Don't know why it does that, but it does. They built these 2. They built these 2 also, so that might be a glitch, actually. They shouldn't have that entire area as a deployment zone. So, I want to try and set my troops up along the bluffs here. Possibly along the rail line starting here. But mostly I want to have my troops up in the woods here along the bluffs where my artillery can have some effect. And last time the other corps that attacked came in from this direction, which caught me a little off guard. They could have crossed any of these points, honestly, because I was over this way when I noticed them. So I'm going to get my troops in position, start moving them into defensive formation, and I'll be back once we have contact with the enemy. Alright, it's now 0600 in game. The other corps has arrived on the field, and as you can see here, I've set my corps up in a bit of a horseshoe, off-looking horseshoe here. Utilizing the railroad tracks and the open field out here. I'm not building breastworks for these gentlemen, as once again it seems like they are not working as intended. So I have the 1st Division on my far right, 2nd Division to their left, 1st Texas Division to their left, and 3rd Division to the left of them. Get my artillery spread out around with a fairly good coverage of fire arc here. Like I said, the other corps is on the field. You can see them marching down over here. And I am hoping that the AI sends them forward to attack me. And if they do, they're either going to come, since they're using this road here, either going to cross at Tills Ford, Brewster's Ford, or Muller's Ford. So either way, I should have the 3 crossings covered. And I hope they send them at me 1 corps at a time. If I could take out the 1 corps, that will make taking out the other corps that much easier for me, as I'll be able to rip down their morale fairly well. So it's probably going to take a while for this battle to get done, so I'll be back. So it's a 0930 in game of spotted the Federals. All I do is go forward a little bit more, and that original core is actually set up to defend in town here. Got this crossing point covered here. I'm not sure about over here. And I can hear movement in the town. And if you listen, you can hear that. Infantry and cavalry on the move. Don't know if they're actually going anywhere or not. This is just a sound glitch. Sometimes that happens. Units won't be moving, but you'll still hear them sounds of movement. So I want to see if I can get a sighting on these and see if there's an exposed battery or two that I can counter battery out of action before anything kicks off. There's one right there. They're not exposed. I'm going to keep scouting this out a little bit, and I'll be back. Alrighty, so moving on to 1100 in game. It looks like the other core has stopped back here and is not moving any further. There's a glitch where you can see the skirmishers out here. But I also haven't had any dust trails, so they're not coming forward any further. And it doesn't look like the AI is defending this side of town. So what I'm thinking about doing, but there are forces right here just inside of town. So I'm thinking about crossing right here at Muller's Ford. Or that's not Muller's Ford, is it? Brewster's Ford. Muller's Ford's over there. And pushing my troops onto this rail line to use as cover. And hitting these units over here in the flank. Since this other core is still out here, I'm not so worried about them if I could start ripping down this core. So even though they hold the objective, their morale is actually dropping a little bit for some reason. And I'm not sure as to why. It's at 69.6. It was over 70 at the start. So I'm going to start shifting my core across the river here and moving on to the rail line. I don't know if we'll have anything happen today. It is 11 a.m., so we still got plenty of daylight left. Sun will still go down early because it's March, but we should get something done today. So got these boys moving, and I'll be back. Alrighty, it's 1300 in game. We finally got a reaction out of the Federals. I was moving my army position. I basically had the whole army across when these guys just started charging across the open field here, which is to my advantage. They want to come at me, I'll let them. Battery set up. They can't see nothing where they are. I was hoping they were going to be able to see down the road, but don't look like it. So I think this one battery here was the only battery I had across, was having an effective counter battery against these guys here. They're not showing any casualties, but he was firing away over here and leveling. So he is hitting something. I'm not sure what he's hitting. But if they want to come at me piecemeal like this, which is what I was hoping for, I will take it all day long. MSG, 1st, 2nd, and 5th Regiments, 6th MSG, and the Texas Infantry firing into them. Ripping them down pretty effectively. Yeah, they're at 450 casualties already. I'm already at 90, but I did take some artillery fire while moving my men into position. That's where some of those casualties come from. And all these guys are armed with Lorenzes for the most. I think this entire corps is armed with Lorenz rifles. Yeah. We should have a better range than they do. And these guys are getting some shots in too. 6 MSG, alright. But if we clear these brigades off and no one else comes at us, I'm going to start sending my 2 reserve divisions back here to the rail line and engage the guys that are here in town. Cavalry's broken. This brigade's about to break. They already have 400 casualties. You guys are at 250. And my casualties are climbing pretty fast too, faster than they should be. But we're doing double to them, so I can live with it. Shots in. There goes that brigade. Good. This will start having a morale effect. Yep, got them down to 64. They're now below us. This brigade's about to break. So I did leave the cavalry on this side of the river just as a screening force in case they want to send these boys across. Come at my flank, which is what I would do. Firing. Yeah. Looks like we lost sighting on some of their units. Alright, I'm going to pause this here. I'm going to give this another... There goes that brigade. I'm going to give an hour of game time for this to... Oh, look at that. Dust trails. They're moving the other corps up. So I think I might just continue to sit where I am for the time being, because they may just come out and attack me. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll be back when the next stage starts. Alrighty, it's 1400 in game. It looks like they decided to come forward for a general engagement. They got more forces coming out. So the other corps has moved into town now, so it looks like they are starting to come my way. And I will definitely take that. With the artillery division on fire at will, so they start hitting this infantry. Get up there. No, I didn't want to order them up there. Crap, they didn't get out of there in time. And only 15 losses, but they did lose a gun. Commander 1st Arkansas Battery is wounded. These detachments just suck up ammo. see off the batter if you don't do something about them. Come on. Go out and hit them. Problem is only part of the brigade firing. They can't really do nothing to those guys. There's that end stack. Get up here. Ooh, Texas is over 150 casualties. I gotta roll them off. Third MSG, plug the line. Texas infantry can't take too many casualties. They don't have that many men. Where the hell are you guys going? They were chasing down those skirmishers I was telling them to shoot at. There, we got them over 1,800 casualties to our 800. We got the brigades moving in. Pull back. And we went to 1st Arkansas. 50% casualties, commanders wounded. That was going to happen. It's a good thing that I caught them coming forward, so I was actually about to order those two different infantry divisions up to the rail line here. Good thing I did not do that, because it's probably going the other way right now if I had. What the hell this cavalry is doing? They're trying to ride past to get the guns. Off to go anyway. Things are about to heat up on my left flank here. brigade coming forward again? Is there a different one? Different one. We'll call 1st Cavalry, it looks like. I think it's just one corps coming forward because you have brigades back here that haven't fought. First Division, 1st Corps. 1st Division, 1st Corps. Okay, it is both Corps. 4th Division, 2nd Corps. So it gets just holding some brigades in reserve back here. We got him at 3,000 casualties to our 1,100. We got more troops coming forward. Brigade back here. They already fought. I think once I see this main group off over here, I'm going to start advancing. See if we can't put an end to this today. It's 1,500 and their morale is dropping. Yeah, we got them down to 44. They are going to break. Forward on this flank. So it looks like they're piling down here and leaving a light up here, so if I could sweep up the artillery that's up here, I'll be a happy man. Kentucky Orphan Brigade, you haven't fought yet. We need to get you in here. Yell County Rifles haven't fought yet. Go get them, Big Muddy. Take that battery out. Yep, they're already running. Never mind. got them down to 38%, 3,800 casualties to our 1,300. Doing very good right now. And Kentucky hit that brigade. Yale County, do some work. Just had to advance onto their flank, give them some support. Now these guys don't have long-range orders because their division commanders are arguing. I think 2 or 3 of the division commanders are arguing with the corps commander right now. Everybody looks to be leveling up nicely since I took those reforms. Training. Fox, let's go get that battery. Some of you big money. Go get them. Another battery break. They weren't taking... Oh, they're at 21 casualties. They're almost 50%, that's why. Get the perks, so... They did some work today. Yeah, it's all where the hell you are. Come on, this should be over at this point. Got them down to 30. They should be fleeing. That building's blocking their view, so... send them in. Go get your bayonets wet, boys. Have some fun. Go to go in and capture them. I think my divisions are a little mixed up right now. That's it. There they go. That's all she wrote. I don't think I'll get my cavalry division over in time to grab anybody, but I'll try. Nope, they're fleeing. That's it. Let's go get those boys. And the double. Give me that last battery. Is that attached? No, it's a battery. Here they go. Alright. Didn't go exactly to plan, but worked out well enough in our favor. I did lose quite a few guns. These are actually most guns I've lost in a battle. But we caused 4,000 casualties of their 32,000 infantry, 400 of their 2,800 cavalry. We got 45 of their 60 guns, for a total of 4,700 of their 36,000. We lost 1,605 infantry to 16,000 on the field, 0 of our cavalry, 14 of our 21 guns, which is not good. You have few enough guns as it is. Total of 1,695. Let's go take a look at the paperwork. Alright, let's see here. Engineers in 5, Cavalry Division in 5. 1st Texas Division caused a total of 598. Texas Infantry caused 168 casualties, 139 infantry, 29 cavalry. 1st California Secessionists did the best in the division. They caused 232, 226 to infantry, 6 to artillery. Desert Foxes caused a total of 198 for 149 to the infantry and 23 to artillery. 1st Division, which has the Instat Sharpshooters, Kentucky Orphan Brigade, and Yale County Rifles, caused 754 casualties between them. NSTAT did best with 543 casualties, 445 to infantry, 40 to cavalry, and 52 to artillery. Kentucky Orphan Brigade, which I didn't get in until the very end there, only caused 48 infantry casualties, 16 artillery, for a total of 64. And Yale County caused 146 to infantry and 1 to artillery, for a total of 147. 3rd Division, which is... none of these are viewer units. Almost 2,000 casualties caused by this division alone. Is this the best one? Yeah, best performing division. So, I'm going to say 3rd Louisiana is the top one. Caused 451 casualties, 358 to infantry, 9 to cavalry. The 1st, 2nd, 5th MSG caused 708 infantry casualties, 45 cavalry, 17 artillery, for 771 total. And 6th Missouri Guard caused 655 infantry casualties, 113 to cavalry, and 768 total. Division total is 1,990. 2nd Division, which is 3rd, 4th Missouri Guard, and the Big Muddy Brigade. 3rd Missouri caused 64 infantry and 19 artillery casualties for a total of 85. 4th caused 94 infantry. That's it. And Big Muddy caused 187 infantry casualties, 14 to artillery, and took 52 prisoners for a total of 253. And the Artillery Division, which did take some hits here. 1st Arkansas Battery caused 72 infantry casualties and 2 cavalry for 74. 3rd Arkansas, 4 casualties, 2 to infantry, 2 to artillery. 1st MSG Battery, 387 to infantry, 43 to cavalry, and 7 to artillery for a total of 439. That's pretty damn good. And the 2nd Missouri caused 22 infantry, 1 cavalry, and 15 artillery for a total of 441. That is not bad at all. Alrighty, let's close out of here, and I'll be back after the load screen. Okay, I don't know what happened here, but maybe, it looks like maybe our frozen fleet down in the Gulf is no longer frozen. It's not showing me the paperwork for that battle at Cairo. Return to port, damn it. Yeah, it looks like that's unfrozen now, but now it's not showing me. Didn't give me any of the paperwork for a post-battle. Let's roll this forward, see if it changes. It looks like that fleet may be unfrozen now. They're just in the red, so they can't move. Yeah, so I'm not getting that paperwork. Alright. They're pulling away faster than they should be. But I'll take it. I'll take it. As long as things are rolling again, the Gulf's unfrozen. It looks like this other fleet's finally fleeing. Good. Hopefully the Key Squadron can catch them on their way out of the Gulf. I'm going to return to port. Alright. We'll live with that. We'll live with that. Alright, like I was saying, that battle didn't go as initially planned, but it did work in our favor. We did actually force them to come out and attack us, even though they didn't have to. The AI has been aggressive when it does have a numerical superiority, and that worked to our advantage this time around. I took a lot more casualties than I wanted. I'm showing 3. I lost half my guns. And I'm carrying 3,000 disabled men now in this core. But we can let them sit there for a few days and recover. Alright, so like I was saying, this was part 2 to episode 39, so this is 39-2. So we're going to go over what's happening real fast, and then I'll close out the episode. So we're going to hold steady here in Virginia. They got forces all over the place, but like I said, this actually helped us out a lot, as I was able to move in and take Kentucky without a fight. Just moving one of my corps into Louisville to Kentucky. So the Western Corps of Tennessee is going to sit here at Louisville. The Eastern Corps of Tennessee is on its way to Covington. Once we have flipped Covington, I'm going to move it into Cincinnati since it's right across the river. And there are no other federal forces in the area of Ohio, except for these units up here, once again, which just haven't moved. So I'm probably doing something that's not too smart, and I'm not taking Jackson's army out of Ohio now. I'm once again sending the Corps of the Kanawha up into Cleveland and the Corps of the Monongahela to Toledo to seize those other two cities. So I am trying to take control of this state and moving this power bar ever more slightly in our favor. It's been slowly moving in our favor for the last 3 months, which we did have some major victories because the AI was sitting still. So I want to continue on with that. Now let's see what's going on up here. Alright, more than halfway through yellow now. Once we're in the green, I'm going to start moving the Corps to Rio Grande again. If these guys don't move on him before he's ready to go, all the better. I'm going to continue him moving eastwards towards Indian Village and Fort Ridley. Let's see how our siege is going. Still showing it in the Union's favor, but the siege has not been going too long, only a few days. Like I said, if it takes a few tries, it will take a few tries. So, Corps of Florida has not failed in taking a fort yet, except for Jefferson, because there's just no way to support that corps trying to take down that fort on the island. And Barron's squadron should be over here refitting. They're going to be laid up for about 2 months with the shape some of the ships are in. Get these guys back. Hopefully the readiness comes up a little bit. I can return them to port and then finish off the Key Squadron, which has 7 ships, 5 disabled. They got 10 guns in the area, so hopefully I can engage them next while these guys leave the Gulf. 5 ships, 5 disabled, 0 guns, so maybe we can catch it with the Key Squadron. Because this was the New Orleans Squadron. I just renamed it the Key Squadron because that's where they're based out of now. So hopefully we can finish that fleet off on its way out the Gulf. Maybe add a few more gifts to the Lincoln's Gift Squadron. Alright, so very, very auspicious start to our spring offensive. Very quickly grabbing Kentucky, beating back to corps in Cairo. And I might leave that corps there and move it up towards Salem. And move the Corps of the Arkansas back into Quincy. And start operating in Illinois with that army. And I might also start moving the Army of Tennessee into Indiana. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to give the Federal AI some indigestion trying to figure out what it needs to do. That's exactly what's going to happen. Alright, so once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, if you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember to hit that bell icon so you're alerted when the next videos come out. If you'd like a brigade in one of my armies, I do have troops available again. Just let me know what state it's from, type of unit, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I will oblige you on all counts if possible. Comments. Please keep them coming. I do love answering all you guys' comments. And once again, I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.